Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Hey, we're back at it with a little wild turkey action. Yes, a little wild turkey action. No, it's actually a fun topic because, I've actually was connecting with a lot of different patrons recently, and they were like, "Hey, Judge, what do you think about wild turkey, the standard 101 versus the new 8-year versus 70th anniversary that came out?" I'm like, you know what? That's actually the topic for a great episode. So got to give credit to my patrons. We were kind of discussing everything wild turkey. And so today's episode honestly kind of came to light. So I'm going to do a quick little, not necessarily a blind, right? I mean, they're all going to be wild turkey, right? Shocker. But I just want to see the similarities and differences between the standard 101 versus the 8-year versus 70th anniversary. Cool? So we're going to dive into those. And we'll do like some fun facts for each one. So I think with the core, you have to start off with the original, right? Or the basic one, I should say. Wild Turkey Standard 101. So regular Wild Turkey 101. So what do we know about Wild Turkey 101? From a price standpoint, it's probably one of the most affordable, great bottles of whiskey on the market. Coming in at $25. It's a $25 bottle. You might find it for a couple dollars more, maybe even $30 in some states and or with tax, depending where you live. But for a sub $30 bottle, you really can't beat the value of it. It's a whiskey that is aged anywhere from like 6 to 8 years. So it's like in that gap, that range rather, from 6 to 8 years. And for a 25, let's just even say a $30 bottle, you truly can't beat a wild bottle of Wild Turkey 101. So let's dive into it. First and foremost, like most wild turkey, you always have like that turkey funk, which I always love. It's like a sweet apple, honey, slight presence of like oak, and just like that turkey funk is at the core. Very nice. What I love about Wild Turkey 101 is a lot of times when I'm traveling for work, if I'm gone for like 4 or 5 days and I forgot to bring either like my own whiskey, like in my agent or kit, honestly, a lot of times if I really want some whiskey, I might just run out and buy a bottle of Wild Turkey 101 because even though I'm not going to finish it, it's only a $25 bottle, and honestly, hell, that's like one pour at a bar. So why not have as much as I want of it and leave the rest for housekeeping to sit back and enjoy. All right, I got to dive into this one. All right, here we go. Wild Turkey 101. Cheers. So, I mean, at the core of this, it's such a great bottle. Right? It's such a great bottle. It's such a great pour for $25 for the entire bottle. It's so good. It's so clean. It's sweet. Has that turkey funk, the turkey essence, if you will. It's almost like a je ne sais quoi, if you will. It's just a special pour at $25 to $30. You really can't beat it. So it's going to be very interesting to see how much different, better, or maybe not, honestly, when you compare the 8-year-old versus 70th anniversary. All right, we're going to see. All right, so you know what? I'm going to change things up a little bit. I'm actually going to go to the 70th anniversary, which is technically, in theory, it is technically not Wild Turkey 101, right? But it comes in right at 101 proof. So in theory, it is. All right. So what do we know about the 70th anniversary? So this one, obviously, of course, is paying homage to Jimmy Russell. Obviously, he's been with Wild Turkey for 70 years. 70 years in the whiskey business. I mean, the man is just, he's a saint, first and foremost. I had a chance to meet him at our barrel pick last year, and it was honestly such an honor to meet truly an icon, one of, if not the most important icon today in today's world from a whiskey standpoint. So it was a pleasure meeting him, and kudos to Wild Turkey for giving credit to him and having this 7th anniversary bottle. So there we go. All right. So what's the key difference of the 70th anniversary? There's a couple things. Number one, while this is mostly 6 to 8 years as a whole, as a blend, and this is obviously aged 8 years on the dot, this is mostly 8-year, but there is a little bit of 9-year in here as well, right? So it's mostly 8 years, and there is some 9-year-old whiskey in there as well. The last thing is the price. Where this is $25, this is $50, right? So this is a $50 bottle. That's the key difference. All right, here we go. Nose is very similar. The one key difference It has a bit more oak and a smidge more pepper in the nose compared to the standard Wild Turkey 101. A little bit more oak and just maybe a little bit of a hint of like pepper. But everything else that was in the nose in the standard 101, it's right here too. It really is. All right, here we go. Cheers. Oh, it's very good. A lot more of that turkey funk. A little bit more oak that was in the nose, so I transferred to the palate. That's very, very nice. Very nice. So, interesting. Let me get a little bit more. Wow. That's a nice bottle. Really nice bottle. I think I got this from my buddy Randy. So shout out to my buddy Randy. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate the bottle. This is good. This is very good, honestly. It's definitely better than 101. But it's like, it has like that oak, which I love, by the way. I love oak. If you ever watch the channel, you know I'm a big fan of like either double oaks or just any whiskey that has like a heavy oak influence. This bottle here definitely has a lot more oak in it compared to the standard 101. You can definitely taste the differences for sure. This is a little bit lighter, a little bit more like naturally sweet. This has a bit more character and a bit more depth to it. All right, not bad. Question is going to be, which is the best of the three? So far, this is definitely better than this one. Be very interesting to see how the 8-year-old, the brand new 8-year-old compares to the 7th anniversary. Let me get a little bit of water. All right, before I try the 8-year-old, I want 3 quick easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Let me know between these 3, which are your favorites and why, or which one's your favorite rather, I should say, and why. Last but not least, please make sure you all subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notification each and every time I release new content. Cool? All right. So the infamous, the newly released Wild Turkey 101 aged 8 years. So factoids. So obviously, again, all of these 101 proof, but this one in particular is aged on the dot 8 years. It does come from like a smaller selection of barrels, so that it might have some differences between these two. I would expect it to have a little bit more oak as well compared to this one. It'd be very interesting to see how does it compare to the 7th anniversary that has 8 and 9-year-old in it versus this one that just has like purely like 8-year-old barrels. So that'll be very interesting to see. The last thing I'll say is a couple of things. It's MSRP $45. Sometimes people are marking this up. It should be a $45 bottle, honestly. It's going to be a standard release. The cool thing about this one is that when you think back to Wild Turkey kind of going back, so the 8-year-old, it was actually the Wild Turkey 101 was an 8-year-old product with an age stated product. However, back in 1992, Wild Turkey actually removed the 8-year statement from it. They removed it, and the 8-year age stated bottle became an export. Hence the evolution of this bottle, which is now anywhere from 6 to 8-year-old whiskey in it. So that's the key difference. But again, still 101 proof and MSRP $45. So, all right, we shall see. Is the extra 20 bucks over this one worth it? Who knows? We shall see. The nose is nice. A lot more balance. Good oak, good fruit, good turkey funk. All right, here we go. Cheers. Ooh, that's good. Damn. That's really nice. That has, hold on, let me get one more sip. I might have to go back to that one too. Here's what's interesting. This has a lot more like, almost like a soft honey meets like a oak kind of combined, if you will, kind of a note. Mixed in with the baking spices, the fruit notes like that I personally typically get from the turkey. This is interesting. That's nice. That is pretty damn nice. I got to thank my buddy Rob, by the way, for this one. My buddy Rob, patron, good friend of mine, honestly, as a whole. He sent this to me as a surprise present. So Rob, shout out to you, my man. That's pretty damn good. Goodness. I think it might be better than that one. All right, I'm gonna go one more time. I have a drop left. I'll go one more time between the 7th anniversary and the 8-year-old. Let's see which one we like better. All right, one last time. Hold on. Okay, that's very nice. All right, here we go. Wow, I even like the nose on this a little bit better too. Wow. So just me, right? This is the Bourbon Judge only. All three of these are at the core wild turkeys, just wild turkey, right? And I love that. And I love wild turkey like the best, like everyone else. For me personally, if I'm grabbing one, judge which one is the best based off of the quality. Honestly, for me personally, even though this has more age in it, anywhere from like 8, there's some 9-year-old barrels in there as well. I'm going with this one actually. So the winner is the brand new 8-year-old. By the way, that was not good. Let's get another gal one. There we go. This one to me is way better. I think it's a lot more well-rounded. It's a good influence of oak, sweet, but then also has like that traditional turkey funk. This one is way more oak forward in my humble opinion. And this one, the standard wild turkey blend of anywhere from 6 to 8-year-old is really, really good, but it's just missing a little je ne sais quoi, if you will. But honestly, all three of them are, of course, obviously buys, right? We're talking about wild turkey. But if you're talking about the best, I would say this is number 1, that's number 2, and that is number 3. Just from me, from the judge's point of view. Hey friends, until the next time, peace, cheers, and most important, salute. Take care. See you guys.